Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 17, Week 2, Day 1. So, most noteworthy thing that happened today, most of you guys probably already seen, or experienced directly, but they have nerfed the journey troops into the ground, completely nuked them from existence. They mega nerfed them. The short of it is they now have a 3 higher mana cost and a 1 lower ratio on everything, resulting in a 3 higher mana cost and 5 less gem spawn, as it has 1 less natural gem spawn and 1 less per typing on the team, for a total of 5 less, and now brings it to 10 or 11 of shiny, compared to before where it was 15 or 16 of shiny. And of course, mana cost is now 15 instead of 12, and this applies to every single one of them. I already unupgraded all of them. We got to see them all right here. Our nice little collection of things. And also, someone reminded me in the thing. It's been so long. Yeah, you can just type in refund, and it actually shows you all the refund troops at a given time. I totally forgot about this mechanic, but yeah, it's a mechanic that's in the game. I was looking for like a tab thingy here to like search by refund, but I forgot. If you just type in the word refund when there's some refundable, it does bring them all up. But yeah, there's all of them. All 7 of them that can be refunded. Though, of course, all 8 of them that was nerfed, as well as all the future ones. This one's not refundable because it came out today. However, it too, as well as all future ones, will have the same nerf applied to them. It's just not refundable since it came out today. And obviously all future ones won't be because they're coming out later. Also, not even all these end up getting shiny either. There's actually 3 of them that were still never shiny. Chalcedony, Secra, and Todd are all non-shinyable as far as from this category, meaning they got hit even harder since they don't even gain the benefit from shininess compared to the other 5, 6, 1, 2, yeah, 6, no, 5. Compared to the other 5. They don't even get to be shiny. But anyways, should we start with Journey? Let's start with Journey. What team did I even build up for it? Journey events. Yeah, we'll fine with that. Let's go all in on that, get a Bork going. I kind of want to put Bork in first slot. Didn't want to mention it there earlier because it's kind of risky. Oh, wait, I need to go get this pet. Wait, I think I need this one. Let me double check. Alright, never mind, change of plan. Let me start with this pet real quick, and then we'll get straight into the Journey event. See how bad the nerf is, because I haven't really gotten to experience it firsthand yet, so let's see how truly awful it actually is. Heard some pretty bad things about it, but I haven't actually gotten to try it yet. But anyways, hello everyone! Hope you guys have been doing well. Let me start all the way from the top. Hello, Supernova. Hello, Chad. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Arjonian. Hello, Isabel. Hello, Stacy. Hello, Cookie. Hello, Stacy. Hello, Supernova. Hello, everyone else. Welcome. Alright, let's go get some one-shots down. Clear out all these pet fights. We're on a bit of a timer, though not really. 12 minutes is more than 3 times as much. You just woke up. Been feeling off all day. I need to go to a doctor soon. Actually, I do need to go to a doctor soon for checkup. There's a lot of medical stuff I'll be doing over the next month. Let's see. Shouldn't really affect any of the nightly streams, except maybe some of the dental work. There might be some days I might literally just not stream just because I physically can't talk. Let's see, I'll get that one over. I feel like everything I planned this year I need to get done in like the next month and a half. Let's see, I'll take that one down. You grind a lot of PvP. Isn't it the same restriction as the very first week? I actually feel like I'm going to be grinding a lot less this week. I was thinking like maybe we'll go for, you know, the top rank. But there are 2 things that are probably keeping me from doing that. One is not everyone has moved up to diamond rank yet. So I might give that a little bit more time so all the people who do like a ton of grind actually get up there. As the longer we wait, technically the easier it'll become to get to diamond rank. If we simply just wait a little bit longer. There's not that much of a difference. We're only getting 1 less silver seal. But now that we had a repeat one, we don't even have a need to go get silver marks this week. It's just going to be all surplus. You know, we're really going to get ahead of the curve then. As there's not a single pet there that we need. Also, I have this team specifically, so I'll buff it for the final 2 fights. And then proceed to never do that. Oh, there we go. Alright, let's go grab our egg. How many do we get? 2. Better than none. Still need 8 more. At some point we'll get it. What bonus is that even for? That's for, oh, Shimmer Scale specifically. I was gonna say, that should be a weird one, but yeah. Almost thought that was for Dragon Eggs for a second, but no, that's for Shimmer Scale. Makes sense. Anyways, now let's go do the Journey event. So, Journey. How's the Journey team doing? There we go. That should be fine. So I'm using the Ruby, whatever it's called. I just call it the Ruby. But, this thing. And it was brought to my attention in the video, too. I didn't realize this weapon's still money locked. I didn't think about that, but yeah, all the components to craft this weapon have not actually come around free to play yet. But you can run any full AoE weapon, but we do have access to this, so we will be running it. Because it is substantially quicker than the alternatives. Though any brown weapon that hits all enemies will be perfectly fine, even something basic like Black Manacle would be more than enough. But that is our game plan. Keep wanting to like click a leprechaun or something. Fortunately, do not have access to such. Actually, a bit of a weird restriction. It's brown beasts. Probably the weirdest thing about that, as some of you may know, is oh, magic here. Nice. Beast does have a 50% mana start. However, even though it has synergy with brown, it itself is not brown. It is a green-yellow troop. Meaning, despite them doing a beast restriction, we cannot actually 50% mana start beasts, which is not ideal. That would be kind of helpful in the beast-specific restriction. So, hello, yeah, welcome. So, hello, Mr. Z. Okay, we do already have enough. Go for that. As well as Alexi, welcome. I didn't realize there's a little bird there. What do these icons even mean? I don't even think they indicate anything. Obviously, the only thing that really matters there is what level each thing is. Oh, so this is still at one-shot range. I'm kind of surprised. You're seeing a lot of one-shots then. Plus, we got the extra 2 magic, which goes a pretty far away, surprisingly. Speaking of birds, the good old Valraven. We're up to 62 true damage range. Double cast is pretty wide too then, that's 124. That means we're pretty much going to be able to be in double shot range this entire stream then. But we are eventually going to reach a point where it takes triple. That is one thing that they did change. Even though the Journey Troop is nearly useless now. You may have noticed I've casted it 0 times total. But even though the new Journey Troop is near useless now, it does still give you the extra points and everything. So of course we still have to have it on our team for the 3-time score. But one other thing that they did to compensate for it being weaker is they did make the scaling of the mode a bit less. Not enough to really compensate for how much weaker the troop is. But it does scale slower than what it did before. Not much slower, but slower nonetheless. Valraven. Does it have the same criteria for getting into shiny level 2? Yes. All shininess is still the same. So as difficult as it was to get to shiny level 2 before, still how difficult it is to do now. You need cash refunds for all of them? Yeah. It's one of the reasons I didn't go too crazy with them. other than to save a bit of money. I had a feeling at some point in the back of my head that they would just nerf them all. It's the reason I only went for the dragon. I did still go for Egress, but just with shiny keys. But those were the only two I ended up doing, and only one of them was with money. But I wonder if anyone has actually spent money for all 7 of them. Because that'd be 70 bucks basically wasted. Not wasted, obviously they're still shiny, but you know. Obviously the reason why people bought them is not because they would necessarily wanted them shiny. But rather because they were actually good. And now they are very much not even remotely usable. It's not even that they're not good anymore. They are just like pretty much dead content troops. They are actually that bad now in the current state of the game. It's not like they balance them a little. Like, it's not like the Life and Death change. Life and Death, they made it so it was slightly weaker, but, you know, it didn't really affect Life and Death at all. But these things, they nerfed them into the ground. They can't do anything now. Like, any way you previously used them is no longer how you will ever be able to use them. And many of the team types that you would kind of expect to use it in, like this thing being used in 4x Beast, it's just not worth doing. You don't get enough ratio from doing a 4x Beast team relative to how much your team is restricted from going 4x Beast. Of course, in some modes, you're going to have to, like PvP. You know, when we have like a beast restriction for one of those. But beyond that, you're never really going to be using them outside of a mode where you're forced to have to use them, essentially. Yeah, they can still technically loop. But you would have to do a lot of effort and have a really good overall synergy across the typing for it to work out properly. Because 10 gems spawn at 15 mana cost isn't the worst thing in the world. But there are already things in the game that do it better than it. So it's not necessarily worth building around. Like Quetzalma's a pretty good example of it for Strix. Like, why would you use Egress now? Well, assuming you have Quetzalma. When you could just Quetzalma for 10 gems consistently, without needing to be pure Strix, while also still having the benefit of destroying a ton of the board that you'll be able to not only gain mana for, but also make the board smaller. So even though you're creating 10 on a smaller board than you would be with a standard 10. There's just a lot of instances like that where you're kind of just outpaced by other things. And those other things require a lot less from your team. Because they said it was because of team flexibility, but now you have even less team flexibility. Like, the changes they made basically made any amount of team flexibility gone. Is Egress still viable? It can be if you don't have Quetzalma. Though I do feel like Quetzalma's is better Egress now. It's a little bit slower on damage, but its extra turn rate is absurdly higher. Oh, we'll test it when we go to PvP in a little bit. Biggest thing holding Quetzalma back, though, is its lack of damage. It's like Beatrix level damage, but only physical. Which is not particularly high. What's hello, Garuda? Welcome, welcome. What's hello, Livewire? Welcome, welcome. What's up, Bill? If I didn't already say hi, welcome, welcome. And Logic Slayer. You think they nerfed the troops? Think of the frustration of fighting loop teams in PvP. True, we technically don't have the actual PvP setup yet. That likely will occur next patch. And next patch is likely to occur in about 2 to 3 weeks or so. So that could be one reason why they kind of nerfed it. Because eventually, the teams that you're going to be fighting in PvP are all going to be player-based teams. And when they become player-based teams, they are going to become very, very, very annoying to go face, to say the least. Because every single battle is just going to be the meta everywhere. Speaking of egress, we found one. It's on a pure Strix team. Let's see if it does something. Let's see post-nerf egress do something. I'm pretty sure it's gonna die before it even gets a single castle. E-cattle still doing a ton though, as you'd expect from it. But we'll do this until we run out of sigils, and then, where are we heading to next? Do a PvP. We do gotta go, I think I'm gonna do what I did last week and kind of stall Underspire a little bit into the week. I actually like the idea of saving it mostly for Wednesday, Thursday. When we started it up. I think we're gonna keep doing that. Because the earlier fights tend to go pretty quickly anyways. Like, the amount of time we would do it on, like, today, compared to Wednesday is just so short, because the earlier fights are so easy. Did we get a free promotion in PvP? No. I did not move up in, rank. Though we also weren't supposed to move up in rank, so what was supposed to happen, happened. But no, we're still in Ruby rank. We're not Diamond yet. Oh no, did anyone get a free diamond upgrade? Is that a thing that actually happened? Because I did not get a free diamond upgrade. Actually, the mail that was sent to my thing actually confused me for a second. Because this is actually the first week ever where we didn't make top cut. Like, you know, top 3. And it just said, gave a message like, you know, try next time in PvP to, you know, get whatever it said. I don't remember, but it didn't give me any gold medals. I'm so used to that. It was just a blank mail with nothing in it. Which threw me off for a second. I was wondering what it was. But it was the mail that would normally have your gold marks in them. But because of the first time ever I never made the cut for gold marks, it had just nothing. I didn't realize that was a thing. Because we've never actually not gold marked before. Yeah, enemies running away counts as kills right now. This is likely a bug due to terror effects. They don't count as kills as in kill credit, but they count as kills as in whatever loot they have, you still get. But yeah, nothing can currently run away from you. Them running away still gives you the loot in the current state of the game. Like if this Valraven runs away, we still get the 2 sigils. This will likely be fixed next patch, I would assume. And is most likely a bug related to something with terror. At least 3 people posted on forums that they did. Lucky people. Oh, we didn't get it. Honestly, I kind of just want to keep camping Ruby until he just randomly promotes us to Diamond then. Just stay in Ruby and eventually the system will mess up and put us into Diamond. As long as it doesn't mess up and put us downwards. Hello, Lester. Welcome, welcome. Somewhere in the go down tier and still got promoted. That's kind of funny. I would explain why some of the people had like 0 battles done while being in Ruby rank. Because I believe by the end of last week, we did actually have a 0 in Ruby rank. Which would be kind of strange given that you'd have to win each time, but that would make sense. Why we're seeing some zeros even all the way that high. Dude, that would have had, they would have had to have gotten absurdly lucky if that was the case then. Because that means they would have had to have gotten Foss upgraded 4 weeks in a row. Which is quite a lot. Final battle, if not Valraven. Hey look, an infinite loop troop. Alright, get that down. Yeah, I thought the troops that were like 14 mana costs, that drain up to 12 mana and then create 12 mana, were bad. These things are worse than them now. Because those things were actually nerfed from like a 12-ish mana cost to a 14 mana cost. And at that point it was like, oh, that's the nail in the coffin, they're never going to get used again. And now these things are 1 mana cost higher and create less gems. Okay, we did almost every single thing. Just got to kill some green, which is very straightforward. Adventure board, there's only some writs. We'll grab that. Do we have a daily for anything else related to it? Nope, just PvP, which we're obviously getting to soonish. Let's clear this out real quick with Phoenicia. Let's go clear out the basic dailies then. Clear this, clear dungeon. We'll buy our torches in Underspire, though I don't actually intend to do our battles today. So I guess that's just going to be a ton of PvP then. We're almost already at the PvP phase. What else is there? It's pretty much every event then. So PvP's a bit weird this week. This is the first time where silver marks don't really matter. So I guess maybe we'll make this a surplus silver mark grind week. I definitely still kind of want to go for 1,500 silver marks if nothing else. As if we still needed to upgrade stuff. Just on reserve for later. Oh, you kind of summoned, didn't you? That's not good. Alright, there we go. Alright, so, let's go take out dungeon. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's time to play Guess That Door. It is time to play 5k or bust. You know how much that is? We've never even done, like, 2k yet. Because normally when I got to 1.5k, I would stop trying to do the grind. And move on to a VP grind. Alright, let's start a poll. Guess that door. That's an I. Door. There we go. Alright, 4, 5, or 6. You guys know the drill. Pick the door, any door. All the doors, none of the doors. Start poll. Alright, let's go do the 2 fights and see what we get for our door. And switch over to Zolgok build. Unleash the Zolgoth. Oh yeah, we have access to purple section. If you want a VP grind, that's generally the easiest section we're ever gonna get. Other than the center. Oh, using Grimfeather with it? Interesting. I've mostly just been using the Ruby as it's been enough so far, but yeah, we could offset it with something else. I've kind of just been doing Bork into Ruby and it's been fine. But obviously there's plenty of other things we can do to kind of help the Ruby. You have armored? You do. I'll take that over. A lot of votes for 6. Alright, what's the poll currently at? Looks like it's a toss-up between 4 or 6. Oh, no, not 5, not 6. Wait. I need a few more votes in. All 3 spots just like swapped. It was 6 then 4 then 5. And then 6 then 5. Alright, 5 is in the lead right now. 4 is the lowest, so there's a 100% chance it's 4. How do we go about this? We got tied 5-6. A lot of fighting for 5-6. They're both tied lead. That makes me want to go for a 4. Also, hello, Defiant. Welcome, welcome. Honestly, it's almost a 3-way tie. Doesn't really help too much here. 4 is the lowest. It is the outlier this time. I'm going for it. No! Okay, which one was it? Was it 5 or 6? They're both tied. Oh, it was 6. Interesting. But yeah, 5 and 6 were both tied, so I'm not sure how to make out that poll now. Because technically they were both tied lead. It was indeed 6, though. Interesting. Where did my team go? I would like one team back, please. I'll still go hand out a code right now, though. Because, we're about to switch over to PvP now. Because I think it's the only other thing we have left, right? Unless I'm forgetting something. There you guys go. Have redeem code. Let's see. Not for the win, though. I'm not sure what to count as the win for that one. But, still have code. There we go. Yeah, 6 was right. Alright, so, next order of business. We were done with pretty much everything other than that task, which will get done on its own. That will get done on its own because we're doing PvP anyways. Journey, we did. Let's see, any other thing? Oh yeah, Underspire. I need to go buy my battles. I'm not actually going to do the battles right now. But, give me some torches, please. Thank you, thank you. Alright, there we go. See if we can beat last week. It was the most perfect week yet for, Underspire. At least so far. But anyways, alright. Is that the last thing left then? Are we already at PvP? Sure seems like it. Okay, so PvP sections. I guess we'll head over to Strix. Keep doing the outer sections, get our silver marks. Alright, what do we need here? Get rid of that. Are we going down the Zachi route? Oh no, is Egress worth using? It does 11 gem spawn for 14 mana. If they're shiny, honestly, it's not as bad. 11 for 14 isn't horrible. We do have access to finesses, which makes me kind of want a Zachi finesse. We can also weapon finesse. No any problem. Oh, wait. We're allowed to use any weapon, right? This is a strict restriction. So I can actually use any weapon in the entire game. Interesting. What's the loopiest yellow weapon in existence? Do we even have one? I do it by base rarity. I guess it's just rarity. Book doesn't count. No, I need AoE damage. I might just stick with Zachi, to be honest. We are allowed to use any hero up in here. Ideally, a yellow one that hits all that also loops into itself. But I'm not sure there's a hero weapon that does all those things. Closest thing we have is yellow Doomed Blade. Whatever one that one is. The pure yellow one. Doomed Axe is like the closest thing. But not quite the same. I think I'm just going to go with Zachi, to be honest. Into like yellow-brown. Let's see how this does. Because all we have to do is click Zachi a few times. In optimal situations, we actually have to click less times. as Egress would always have to cast at least 4 times, whereas Zachi can win in less than 4 casts, depending on what we're up against. I just realized that Storm only lasts for, not a long time. I have to actually keep recasting it. Oh, also, I just realized my whole team is pretty much right in front line, isn't it? Gotta be careful of that. Now, whenever it misses like that, it's kind of unfortunate. Don't have nearly as much of a follow-up. You got Decaying Orbit today? Nice. You're almost at, oh gosh, what's it called? You're almost at Stellaryx. Yeah, honestly, Zachi still seems perfectly fine. Its extra turn potential is obviously way more inconsistent, but does a lot of damage per cast very quickly. Also clears the very easy fights a bit quicker. Though it does struggle a little bit more in the harder fights, as it actually has a chance of dying, unlike the other team, which would pretty much never lose. Or even have any capability of doing so. Whereas this team actually can physically lose. It's just not very likely. For an easier fight, that one sure took a long while to get set up, but there we go. And there's our silver marks. Alright, get me out of there. Where are we going to next? We have Brown. Is every single one of my teams not going to be copy-pasted here? Nope. Alright, what do I want to do for Brown? I'm considering Bork into something. Kind of want to Bork into... I kind of want to go Stellaryx again. Build like a Bork Stellaryx team. Because we're going to be mech, so we have Dispel as well, which is nice. We don't even need wands, though I might still use wand just in the last slot. Do like mech, wand, and then just one empower that isn't horrific. Ideally to yellow if it exists. We can convert to blue, purple, and that's the whole list. I see. Interesting. What if we actually use Soothsayer? A troop that hasn't really been meta since the Queen Mab days. Let's see what happens. Because we just need a little bit of chip mana. It could still work. Also gives us 1 magic, which these days is basically 0 magic, but it's more than 0. Barely more than 0. The bare minimum, a number above 0. But still technically more than 0. Triple Eye of Argyris. The main reason I didn't want to do that is we're going to have to run it anyways for Orc. So I didn't want to run it for 2 categories. But we're already going to need to run the Triple Eye of Argyris for Orc restriction. Because we have Orc restriction this week. So I didn't want to run it for 2 sections. I ideally want all of them to be unique. Or at least try to. Not too big a deal if they're not, I guess. Because we're not covering a video on this. It's literally like the same restrictions as the first week. I probably should have linked that to the Monday video. I'm not sure why I didn't. But we literally already had a PvP teams video that we covered that went over the exact teams for all the sections that we have right now. Like, they're all the same ones from the first PvP week. Don't you try to be a real one. It's not even Vault event anymore. I do need a ton more of him, though. But of course, that went to fake. As are seemingly most of them recently. Thought I would remove the button. Oh, I didn't get around to it. I could still remove it. Actually, I think Genki actually messaged me how to. There's a couple things I want to remove too. As well as that symbol from like the bottom right corner of the channel. We use it as our logo, but gosh, does it take up so much room? Do you guys see it there? Has that really been like annoying in the corner? Do you guys even know what I'm talking about? Some of you might. I'm not sure if it appears on all platforms though. So depending on what platform you're on, you might not even know what I'm talking about. I didn't mean to remove that as well. I'll probably do all that when I'm in the back end later. Okay, it's not on mobile? Interesting. Yeah, I don't think it's on TVs either. Because I've noticed I've never seen it on any channel when I'm on TV. I think it only shows up on PC and literally only PC. What level did I buy into Journey? Just tier 3. Just up to the weapon. If everyone does that while using the troop the whole time, it should be enough points. I don't believe you need to go further than that. Because even though they nerfed Journey troops, they haven't nerfed the scaling of points. Though the likelihood of losing, I guess, is slightly higher now. But assuming no one loses, the point scaling's still the exact same. Green. What on earth do we want to run for green? I feel like green should have so many good options. Also, I'd hate to do this for every team, but honestly, Stellaryx is so quick that I feel like if we have access to Stellaryx, I'm just running Stellaryx. Because we don't need a... Why am I spelling Stellaryx so incorrectly? Because we don't actually have to make a video for this week. So we can kind of just run whatever. And with running whatever, we can just run Stellaryx for every single time. Because we don't need to make sure it's like cheap or anything. So we can just plop Stellaryx on everything. Alright, that seems like a well-rounded team. Green... What's the other one? Does it even matter what our secondary color is? I don't think we do. I think we just go double green. We don't even need any other color. Just all green spam. I will take that one over. Get all of our mana. Click the kill button, and they all die. Yeah, there is technically a chance we'll get less points. Because some people might actually lose. As the likelihood of losing does become higher at the later end. So far it's still pretty easy early on, but it will actually get hard eventually. Because the wins aren't free anymore. You were trying to make a joke, but you realized I don't read chat. I read most of what you guys were saying. But just not sure where the conversation started. That's the only problem with long chat chains sometimes. Is I have no clue where it starts sometimes. Where I see like a ton of chat, but I don't know like the beginning of it. So I don't know the context of the rest of the chat. Hey, we finally get to run the orc team. Someone was mentioning it earlier. That is why I wasn't running for the other thing. Because we're running it now. I really want a 4-5 Argris so we could do literally nothing with this team. Just like pass your turn and auto win. Honestly, you know what? I'm going to try it with Fist of Zorn. We're going to try it a bit differently this time. Instead of running Hero, I'm actually going to run one of the troops. And just hope we have alignment. Because normally I run Hero there, but let's try it with the Skull Attack one. Ideally we'd have alignment. Alright, we're currently losing somehow. It's a very weird team, to say the least. We could actually still lose. Because at this point, he's actually at the skull advantage. There we go. What a weird fight. This team is just pure chaos. But that's one of the benefits of Hero. It is a lot tankier. This thing dies like the second it spawns in. You know what? We're just gonna go for it. She can actually survive. She's a lot of extra damage compared to Hero. Because we can't go down like a triple damage burning or anything. It just requires too much setup. Whereas as long as she has alignment, you're pretty much good to go. So it is becoming surprisingly hard to get that alignment for some reason. How many skulls on the board? I didn't think it would be that hard. We're going like 4 or 5 turns without getting a single option. And that final fight we need for this section. Grab the bigger one, might as well. Oh yeah, Decaying Orbit is from, after you have all 60 Celestial Dragons. You have to first craft the 2 components that both require 3 to Celestial Dragons. Then you can create a weapon that requires having both of those. And then after that, using that, you can then get yourself a Stellarix. But yeah, Decaying Orbit's not too bad. It's actually a half-decent weapon. I haven't been using it too much, but it is actually pretty good. It's basically double convert Doomskull on hero. Which is rather unique because we don't really have the mechanic on hero. We have the mechanic on a few troops, but not specifically hero. Well, until that weapon. Yeah, there's our silver marks. Good to go. Alright, where are we heading? Hey, purple. Did I not make a team for this yet? This is the really free location. Where we can go like Thrall, Leprechaun. I guess green's actually pretty similar. You could do Box Strider, Leprechaun. Stella. And what are we doing? A different Empower? Honestly, I think we just go Archmagus. Like our Archmagus wand. Unless we want like Dispel or something. It just gets us mana a lot quicker. I go on purple-green because we already have a lot of purple and a small amount of green. As far as banner bonus. And technically we want to not take red so that Thrall gets his extra turn chance. Obviously he can still extra turn without 13 plus red, but he gets guaranteed extra turn if there's 13 plus red. Very rarely does that actually occur, but it does happen more than none. Eventually. The only problem with like Thrall or something in first slot is if we actually get a good Leprechaun, there are some chances that Thrall will prevent us from getting full mana on Stellarix. It's very rare that that happens though. Because if I was to make a Triumphant Return with the Hourglass and Yellow Lightning mechanic, he'd have to gain a lot of mana per destroy. More than he's currently physically capable of doing. Because you'd have to get 12 mana back every single time he destroys 8 gems. Which, unless he cascades mana every time, will not be enough to get full mana back. You can Hourglass into casting his ability, and that would work. Like, you know, taking an Hourglass 3 into a, and then do his ability into a Hourglass. But him just taking a vertical Hourglass won't be enough to get his mana back up. You'd have to have at least a 3 pure Hourglass on the board, and also a spare Hourglass that he can cast on. And under some circumstances, it could work out. As we get more and more Hourglass gems added to the game. The problem is we're probably not getting any more Hourglass options for quite a while. Now that the season's over. It's not to say we'll never get Hourglass troops again, but it's going to be a little while before we get more, most likely. Right, there's our marks. On to the next one. So how are we doing on silver marks? I haven't been paying attention. Let's see. How bad's the ladder? Gosh, we're already at like 20-something thousand. Are they at leaderboard? They're already on leaderboard. Why is my section already on leaderboard? Get off of leaderboard. Archie, no, stay on leaderboard, but all of you guys go to like diamond rank already. Alright, we're at 132. Yeah, let's keep going. Yeah, by the end of the week, I will try to still get 1,500. Unlike most times, though, we have nothing to use that 1,500 on, which is kind of weird. Ooh, Suncrest restriction. Now, this is the one that got hit the most from getting nerfed. There are a couple ways we could do this. We can go Rubraf spam. The problem with that is mana accumulator. We can go Quetzalma infinite loop. Yeah, I think we go Quetzalma loop. Quetzalma, Zachi. Egress does still cover a color. Oh, so that's weird. It doesn't show shiny here. And then Ihi Cattle. That would mean no hero, but it's fine. So we still do have Egress on our team, but we're not primarily using it. I'm trying to change my banner. Banner. Yeah, this one's going to get changed quite a bit compared to what we're running before. Whereas before Egress was our main option, now Quetzalma is our main option. What are we missing? Wait, are we using every color? I didn't even think about that. We're actually using every color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh. Oh, fine, I'll just go double yellow then. Didn't think this team actually covered everything, but apparently it does. Like, this one still has a pretty good synergy. It's not like centaurs and stuff that have, like, literally no option now. Like, this still has a really good option. Just our damage output's gonna be a bit slower now. There we go. It's kind of funny because we have split damage, full AoE, and target damage now for our cast. Got a little bit of everything. Hello, Timmy! Welcome, welcome. They nerfed the wrong troops on this game and make it so many troops are dead content. Oh no, this thing's still kind of usable. It's got to use the team quite a bit different than before. Though I do think some categories like Centaur and stuff took the biggest hit by far. But any category that already has like some amount of synergy with their troops, like Strix, honestly, it's not that much worse. The strategy is a bit different, but it effectively does the same thing. Oh, I had alignment. Why did I do that? Whoops. Now I don't have Yellow Storm. Gonna make our extra turn chance way worse. We're a little bit of a mana hog there. It's a problem when it keeps missing, but there we go. And that's a boosted 10 gem spawn as well. Though luckily, Egress does technically do 11 if you have it shiny. Oh yeah, that was another annoying thing with it though. The Journey nerf, I hope in a future patch pretty soon, they make all of these Journey troops have shininess. Because one small issue that actually arises now is all of the Journey troops like this that aren't shinyable, they are all really, really, really bad compared to the other ones. Because you can't even get them to a point where they're actually a bit more usable. Because honestly, this at 14 mana cost, 11 gem spawn, not the worst thing in the game. But the problem is 4 out of the 5 don't have it. Like half of them don't even have the ability to do this. Because it doesn't seem like they're as nerfed when you consider them as a 14-11 gem spawn. 14 mana cost, 11 spawn. But 4 of them do not have the ability to do that currently. And even though the other ones can, a lot of people obviously don't have them upgraded that far. Actually, I still don't even have 5 troops upgraded for that one achievement. It's still the only achievement we don't have done. That one achievement where you need to have 5 troops to shiny level 2. Oh, so hello, Eric. Welcome, welcome. You did 700 vault keys and 70 epic vault keys last weekend? Nice. Huge congrats. Very nice haul. Oh, we actually triggered a pet for our guild. Yeah, unfortunately, it's a useless one. I'll still go double check, though. That tribute's ready. Oh, wow, it's been a whole hour already? Gosh. Time has flown by. We'll do a few, at least 1 or 2 more sets of PvP, though. Yeah, this is Naga bonus. We already have that. Just checking. Alright, but yeah, we'll do like 2 more sets. We got Divine, and then we'll do 1 other one. Alright, what are we gonna run for Divine? Also, wait, what? Oh, I thought that was a different troop for a second. I was like, wait, that's not a Divine troop. I thought that was Drake Rider for a second for some reason. What do we want to run for Divine? I think we ran Ubistet last time. I kind of want to AoE spam. I don't have 50% mana star for guard. I could run Divine Ishbala, but that's not as good. Hungalong, no. An Infernus build. Ketris, Quetzalma again. Skull spam, we have Ubistet still. Yeah, we have Divine Ishbala, Quill, and Skull spam build into the other troop. Problem is they have a lot of color overlap, so it doesn't work too well together. You open some keys and Graf Zolgoth got or Catherix, and you do not know which one to pick. Oh, definitely Zolgoth. If you have to choose between Zolgoth or Catherix, definitely Zolgoth first. Did we just go true damage build? I'm considering true damage wipe, oddly enough. Can we get away with that? Actually, Phoenix is just better, right? Well, we can just mix and match. Do you, what are we doing for mana accumulation? Can we do this into, like, I could do Divine Ishbala into what? What do we have for Empower? Probably have to be Mercy. You do red to yellow. Yeah, I think we do that into Divine Ishbala. We could be throwing Hero onto this team too. Probably we won't be able to get it yellow. My biggest concern is what are we doing for mana after the fact? We don't have like a mass mana. Maybe that's what this other trip needs to be then. Well, I can. Oh, almost forgot. Divine Protector. I haven't used this weapon in a very long time. It's a really old meta weapon. This was actually one of the main key components that made 4 times Divine teams broken back in the day. I'm not Divine Protector. I want Divine Ishbala. Alright, yeah, let's go a little bit of a pseudo true damage team. I just replace it out for better physical damage, but let's do like a green-yellow here. Minus something. What are we not using? Fortunately, we use all of that. How about a green-blue or yellow-blue? Good, minus red. I don't need that. Good. Alright, let's roll with that. And we run class of Priest, I guess. Not the greatest of classes, but it is used in 4 times Divine teams. Yeah, we'll do the old Divine meta. No, this isn't quite the old Divine meta. But, part of it. I did have to drop the Empower to do that, though, but it's fine. I think Divine Protector will do us more good than what's her name will. That's pretty much the game plan here. Do we actually get any magic for 4 times Divine? Completely forgot what the bonus even is. No. Interesting. I might drop your Yali for a better damage source then. Because poison isn't really doing much. Biggest downside with this team is we have to get Divine Protector mana every single time. It's not the quickest of things to get full mana on. And if it misses, we're in a bad time for getting our mana back. Also doesn't feed back into itself in any way, which is not ideal. I need a different mana accumulator on the team. I even drop Divine Ishbala for Mercy or something. Even though we're getting 40% on the few other troops. I probably should have went for Quetzalma first in case it revives. Oh, that's that really high spell reduction one. Ooh, that's a big miss from Divine Protector. Ooh. At this rate, we're just gonna Divine-ish Bala poke. Do you have alignment though? You don't. Actually, yes you do. You have it on red. There we go. Sure, I might just go back to the Ubistep build. You can't run the actual old Divine meta. Well, we technically could, I guess. It was, the really OG one, I believe, was Divine Protector, Infernus, Divine Ishbala, and Mercy. Give it a shot. That was like the really, I believe, OG Divine meta when it first came out. Though at the time, Divine Ishbala had 4 times cleanse, and also had 50% mana start. Let's go try it real quick just for fun. We have one more fight. Let's see. Just build like literally the old meta Divine team pre-nerf. I believe this was the original of them. Is Infernus, I believe, was one of the first 10-ish, 20-ish mythics in the game. It was pretty early on. That's why I describe most of the explosion troops that are like that, like Infernus-like troops. Because it was the first. What do I need? Minus brown? Does that even work? Does that even exist? Close enough. Yellow, purple. This banner didn't exist back then, but it does seem to be a bit more optimal. But you know, I need a +2 yellow blue. Or +2 yellow green. Neither actually exists even in the current state of the game. Interesting. Even all these years later, we still don't have a proper banner for this team. Because the most ideal one is, minus brown, +2 yellow, +1 green, or +1 blue. And neither is available. We can do +1 purple. Which I guess we're just gonna do. I don't know, it kind of conflicts with the other thing, but we have to go plus, double plus, so you know, we're just gonna roll with it, I guess. Yeah, all these years later, and we still do not have a banner that fits this team. Amazing. I wonder why I fell off the meta. It's been out. This team has existed for like 6-7 years, and it still does not have a proper banner in the game to make it work. Like, obviously you don't need it necessarily, but the most optimal banner for this team still does not exist several years later. It was right there if we had +1 blue. We already would have had full mana without needing to do another turn. But yeah, there was one point in the game when a team like this was the actual meta. Like, there was nothing stronger in the entire game than this at one point. That was a while ago, though. That was before a lot of nerfs and before a lot of power creep came in. There was one point when this was, like, the Divine meta. Not quite these days, though. It's one of the reasons why if they actually did 50% mana start again for, oh gosh, giant restriction. Do I even want to do this right now? Honestly, don't even want to do this right now. We're just going to run a middle. I do not want to go run giants right now. We're going to end it with 5 free-for-all battles. Our team's still here. Nice. So I'll end it with these 5. So any other questions? Anything you guys want me to go over, let me know. And definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and is greatly appreciated. If you guys still have any other questions, let me know. I think we'll do 5 sets in the middle, or 5 battles in the middle, not 5 full sets. With 5 battles here, and then call it for now. Till tomorrow night, where we'll mostly be focusing on the faction. Not to be confused with the new faction. We have a faction event tomorrow, but it's not the new faction coming out. The new faction coming out this Friday. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I still need to go get class XP. Me gaining a class level just reminded me that I need to be shoving that class onto random teams and get XP for it. Should probably be doing that. I'm not sure if we're really going to be camping any area, though. Is it mostly going to be silver mark grinding, not hero class grinding? Yeah, we still got a ways to go on that guy. Excuse me. Ah. Alright, one more fight. We'll do it against a strong one, I guess. He's going the all-in Savage Hunter team. I'll be very scared if he kills my Thrall. He'll basically one-shot my Diamantina. I mean, not Diamantina, Stellarix, I mean. Oh, if I didn't get extra turn there, we actually would have lost. Oh, gosh. That was a surprisingly close loss. It didn't seem like it. But if he didn't extra turn there, we actually would have lost that fight. Because I believe he had one shot for Stellarix, since it has every color, and he would have hit it for 6 times damage. Which I'm pretty sure is one-shot range. Yep, tomorrow we'll go and finish out the rest of this PvP thing, head over there. Might even run a whole hour of it, might as well. Also see if the glitch still works, where you go to 19 and get an extra 3,000. And of course try to get some more silver marks, even though there's nothing to use them on this week, still get a surplus of them. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading out for now. We will be back tomorrow, same time as always, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 hour prior to now tomorrow. Same game plan as per usual, clear out faction, mess around, get a little bit of PvP in there, and go from there. And also all campaign tasks have been completed. As we'll go collect all these. And that should be everything then. You would have wand Leprechaun. Yeah, I know. We still would have had wand Leprechaun, but they don't really have damage. So we could have still cheesed it with a ton of skulls. But, you know, I meant that as in it was our final damage source. Would have been very annoying not having it thereafter. And I could claim this. Do we even get anything good? We finally got a copy of the pet, I guess. And our artifact just gave us 3 attack. Also, we get no magic this campaign. This is the first campaign ever we get no magic. Very weird one. Hopefully we'll make up for it with like a +10 magic campaign coming up soon. Yeah, we'll go get this guy upgraded. Finally got a copy of him. Not as big of a fan of the pet though, but that'll one for collection. Yeah, there we go. Anyways, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. I will catch you guys soon. Thanks so much for stopping by, and stay safe out there. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching. Oh, should you buy Dragonite with gold marks? No. The only thing you should ever spend gold marks on in the current state of the game, I feel like personally, is the deed books. Relative to everything that gold marks can be used on, deed books are by far the most useful thing. All 3 of these currencies, while useful, can be earned through other means. And then it's just a toss-up between these 2. And between deed books and shiny keys, you get more value from 1 deed book than you do from 5 shiny keys. Because even though shiny keys are a little bit hard to come by, it is still harder to come by deed books relative to shiny keys. So, yeah, I would just dump it all into deed books personally. I feel like it's the best value at the moment. It gives the most amount of permanent upgrade, and it gives you upgrades across every single troop. Whereas something like shiny keys will only give you an upgrade to 1 singular troop. Whereas deed books eventually lead to an upgrade that upgrades every troop you own. So, yeah, I'd personally go all in on deed books. As it will substantially help increase the rate of the glacially slow upgrading process that is getting every single one of these kingdoms to 30 star. I just realized, can we actually get 30 star you yet? No. Come on, we need another red event. How many do we have? 9, 11. Ooh, I only need 7 more red deed books. So close, get so far. And that'll be a permanent +1 attack. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for stopping by. See you guys soon. Bye, everyone. Thank